The day my son was born, I was both proud and excited. He was born one day before my 17th birthday. Like every man, I wanted a son, an extension of who I was. I looked forward to watching him grow and witness behaviors that I had when I was an adolescent. One day when he was about 9 years old, he and I were walking through my old junior high school yard. I ran into a friend of mine and his son, and they challenged us to a game of touch football. My son performed superbly. On our way home, he kept asking me, "Dad, do you remember that one-handed catch I made on the sidelines? Dad, do you remember how I scored the touchdown? Dad, do you remember this, remember that?" It occurred to me that my only son was seeking my approval. His sister had come into the world just 11 months after his birth. My daughter had all of my personality traits. She was mischievous, kind of sneaky, and outright defiant at times, just like I was. By contrast, my son was sort of meek and never caused his mother or me any concern. Consequently, I found myself favoring my daughter over him, and I believed he noticed and was affected by it. So his enthusiasm after our football game began to make sense. I literally had to shake him in order for him to hear me. "Tez, you're my man." "Yeah, Dad, but no buts. You're my man, and I'll always got your back. Even if we had lost that game, I would still be proud of you, man." I don't know if I broke through, as years of favoring my daughter over him, I thought, could not adequately be addressed in an hour-long football game. Being a child myself, I had no concept of fatherhood. Having two children in the home by my 18th birthday was difficult at best. The demands of tending to two crying babies in the middle of the night, feeding them, changing diapers, etc., were scary for me. Poor life choices kept me away from my children for long periods of time. So in effect, they grew up without a father in the home. By the time I re-entered their lives, they were adults. Reconnecting with them had its own set of challenges, like treading lightly over issues for fear of conjuring up old resentments. But I feel blessed that we have moved along enough that we speak and see one another quite frequently. Believe it or not, my children often call me and ask my opinion or advice on issues. My daughter permits me to be around my two grandchildren and even lets me keep them at my house from time to time. That is major progress. I adore my wonderful grandchildren, and I believe they love me. I'm probably never going to be Father of the Year, but perhaps with time I'll one day be Grandfather of the Year.